1. What's in God's heart for us? God's heart for you is filled with love, purpose, restoration, and connection. He sees you, knows you, and has a unique plan just for you. His biggest desire? That you experience a life full of peace, love, and purpose alongside him. Imagine having a friend who totally gets you, knows your quirks, your strengths, and even the stuff you're scared of. That's what God wants with us always. He's not some distant, silent figure. He's personal, caring, and always ready to connect. Think about the times you felt really seen by someone. That's the kind of relationship God wants with you. He wants to speak to you not just about big stuff, but the little things too. Your goals, your friendships, your dreams. 2. Growing in God's righteousness. Growing in righteousness isn't about being perfect or trying to act holy. It's about being and letting God's truth shape who we are. God's righteousness is like a compass that helps us make the best choices for ourselves, without all the pressure to fit into a mold. This world can make us feel like we need to follow trends, fit in, or put on a perfect face. But God's righteousness is about freeing ourselves from that pressure. We're here to discover what God's love and truth mean for us individually, not to impress others. Have you ever felt like you were trying to be someone you're not? Or trying to fit in when it didn't feel right? Growing in God's righteousness means letting go of that pressure. It's like taking off a mask and being free to be yourself. 3. 4 streams, 1 truth. Right now, there are a few different streams of belief systems that are aligning with God's plan to restore the world. But the goal isn't to blend everything together, it's to resonate with the truth. And that truth is Jesus. We live in a world where there are so many opinions, beliefs, and spiritual voices. It can feel confusing or overwhelming. But Jesus is the one constant that brings clarity and truth. Following him helps us sort through all the noise. It's like tuning a radio to a clear signal. There are a bunch of static stations out there, but when you find the right one, it just clicks. Jesus is that clear signal. He gives us the truth we need for life, without all the static. 4. Experience God for yourself. God wants each of us to experience him personally, not just through others. When we listen to him and spend time with him, we start to feel that connection, and that's where real intimacy and growth happen. Too often we look to leaders or influencers to give us spiritual answers, but God actually wants us to go straight to him. It's like having direct access to a wise mentor who knows everything about us and can guide us in a way that's perfect for our life. Think about getting advice from a close friend who knows you versus advice from someone who's never met you. God's guidance is personal like that. When we tune in and experience him for ourselves, it's real, powerful, and life-changing. 5. Don't go the Adam and Eve way. Adam and Eve went their own way, and it led them away from God's plan and purpose. When we try to do our own thing without God, we miss out on the life he has for us. Following God brings us peace, purpose, and direction. It's easy to think we've got life all figured out or to make choices because they seem right to us. But without God's guidance, we can end up feeling lost, empty, or even regretful. God's way isn't about restricting us. It's about protecting and guiding us to a life that's so much better. It's like having a GPS and deciding to ignore it because you think you know a shortcut. Suddenly, you're lost. God's guidance is like that GPS, always helping us find the best route for our life, even when we think we've got it covered. 6. The truth, Jesus. Jesus is our ultimate truth. When we follow him, we won't get lost in all the noise or confusion. We'll be walking on a path that's filled with purpose and growth. There's a lot of truth out there today, but Jesus is the one we can depend on. He's like an anchor in a world that's always shifting. Following him doesn't mean life is always easy, but it means we're always moving forward in the right direction. Think of Jesus like a best friend who always has your back, even when things get tough. With him, you're not just surviving, you're thriving, growing, and discovering who you really are. Thanks for tuning in. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe to dive deeper with us. Let's keep exploring God's heart together.